Mr. Ray couldn't be with us today, but we do have Philip Scoggins as well.
I am
This
here.
boy's talking antiques, old stuff.
Yeah.
This program, Fresh, Live, and Local, we do encourage your phone calls. If you have a question for the antiquers, give us a call. And it's not the Thunder Studio, 728-3526.
We could call old stuff antiques, couldn't we?
There you go.
Just like me, I'm an antique.
Exactly. 100 years old, right?
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm not quite. I'm very vintage.
Okay.
I'm very vintage. All right, we're going to talk to you today. We're going to talk about some antique tractors. We haven't talked about tractors in a while, and tractor parts, and we got a lot of farmers in the area, and I'm sure everybody's got tractors.
I'm sure there's definitely some vintage tractors and
tractors.
some barns around here.
I've got some friends that build old tractors, but I don't really care to say who because people don't want coming around and looking in their barns.
I guess so.
Yeah. So.
Well, we had an article today about a 13-year-old who's a walking tractor encyclopedia we found. It says Galveston, Indiana. Although they no longer farm, 3 generations of the McCloskey family in north central Indiana always have a tractor within a comfortable walking distance. It may take a little time to get the roll call right, and where they're all located in various barns throughout rural Cass County. There are many tractors in various stages of operation, but 13-year-old Cole McCloskey pins the number at about 50 running tractors. And he should know, said his father, 50-year-old Dean McCloskey. He keeps on top of most of this stuff. Most kids, when they're on a computer, laptop, or phone, will be playing games or talking with friends. When I look over at Cole, 95% of the time he's digging into more tractor information. The soon-to-be 8th grader loves to delve into company history of tractors and the investors who experimented with earlier methods of harnessing the combustible engine. Adults who think they know more than most teenagers will find themselves quickly at sea, attempting to follow young Cole's technical exposition of the wonders of the hot bulb engine. According to Cole, the hot bulb engine was first built in 1886 by Richard Hornsby and Sons of England. It is a type of internal combustion engine in which fuel ignites upon meeting a red-hot metal surface inside a bulb, followed by the introduction of air compressed into the hot bulb chamber on the compression stroke of the engine. The advantage of the hot bulb engine was that it was safer than steam, was cheap to run on crude fuels, and started easily in cold weather. Yeah, that's a good point. At present, the McCloskeys don't own any hot bulb engines, but Dean finds it interesting his son is delving into mechanical devices that were popular at the turn of the 20th century. The last 3 tractors we worked on were picked out by Cole. He's always looking, and he comes up with some good finds, but this can cost quite a bit of money. The teenage walking encyclopedia of farm tractors cannot remember a time in his life when he wasn't involved with tractors. His grandfather, 84-year-old Alan McCloskey, who also lives in the small Indiana town of about 1,300, put the first tractor in the collection in the 1950s. Throughout the 50s and 60s, the senior McCloskey became reputably good and in demand at welding and repairing farm machinery. During his tenure in the workshop and farm fields, McCloskey restored a 1919 model tractor manufactured by a Reliable Engine Company from Portsmouth, Ohio, for display at a county fair. The company, which had hired him to restore the old tractor, gave the tractor to him after the fair, and the seed was planted. Today, his son Dean says it gets a little complicated with 50 tractors and thousands of parts scattered throughout rural Cass County. We've got about 15 here. There's some in my brother's barn, and there's a barn we used to live that we still have tractors in. We're not really sure anymore who owns what. I bought a couple of tractors for Dad. He's bought some for Cole and I. It's almost impossible to sort out. We just call it all the McCloskey collection. These tractors are not found on your average Midwestern farm. The McCloskey collection is focused on finding and restoring the lesser-known brands and more exotic foreign tractors. There's the 1938 Graham Bradley, built in Detroit only between 1937 and 1939, and sold exclusively through Sears Roebuck and Company stores and catalogs. The fully styled tractor sports a sleek design with a contoured grille and a long hood and full-length louvered side panels, giving the farm implement a streamlined appearance. The hardest thing to find was those louvered panels, McCloskey says. But about 5 or 6 years ago, I found some that had been in a fire. When we got them, they were bent, twisted, mashed, melted, rusted, and just about every other adjective one could possibly think to describe them. But I painstakingly spent many, many hours working on those panels. Wow. Another Michigan-made tractor within the McCloskey collection is steered with the operator's feet. It's quite a contraption to drive, McCloskey said. Manufactured by the Faraday Tractor Company of Hartford, Michigan in the 1970s, the operator sits close to the ground, making it ideal for vegetable and berry patches. At the other end of the scale is a 1920 Roomley oil pull tractor, a large prairie tractor with rear wheels more than 10 feet tall, generally powered by kerosene-burning engines. The tractor was developed by the Advanced Rumley Company of LaPorte, Indiana. The Rumley was used extensively throughout the Midwest in the threshing rings. Starting the Rumley was a trick within itself. The operator was required to quickly step outside the cab, climb the large iron flywheel, and use his body weight to get it turning, and then jump quickly back into the cab to adjust the choke to keep the engine running. Boy,
that's working on it.
That sounds fun and dangerous, doesn't
it? Very.
The Depression came. The Great Depression became the death knell of the company, which sold its company to the Alis Chambers Manufacturing Company in 1931. However, Alis Chalmers eventually succumbed to bankruptcy and dismantled its business in 1985. In addition to these American-made tractors, the McCloskey collection includes a Japanese rice paddy tractor.
A rice paddy tractor.
Equipped with paddles rather than wheels to navigate a flooded rice field. His tractor came in South Africa's Swaziland, was designed to replace a team of oxen by hauling more than 1,100 pounds of produce to market. The David Brown Cropmaster from the 1950s, made in England and sold in Canada, still runs like a sewing machine, McCloskey says. We don't really have to have a purchasing list, McCloskey said, who is trained in diesel mechanics, and said, it's just when we see something we like and think it has potential, we'll buy it. Diesel tractors take a different level of experience, and I learned a lot from my dad, and Cole is learning a lot now. Long ago, I was given a wire brush and a tractor part. Cole started out the same way. And it appears the McCloskey's collection will have several more years and several more barns to fill before it is completed. So, did you look us up some some tractors information?
I've got a few here on different sites, and I've been trying to, it's like we was talking about last week. They're worth what someone's willing to pay for them.
Yeah.
But, rule of thumb prices is going to depend on, like everything else, on condition and rarity, because a lot of these things, they didn't make a whole lot of them.
True.
But here's a good example. There's a rare 1958 John Deere 720 diesel. It's a high crop tractor, and it was one of only 9 made in that configuration.
Oh, wow.
And one of only 3 that are known left to exist. Now, this one sold for $56,000. But then there was another one just like it, sold in southeast Wisconsin, brought $117,500. So, ouch.
Huh.
And then we've got a, let's see, what is this one? Here's a 1924 John Deere Waterloo Boy Model N. Now, this is restored. This one brought $36,000. And that says,
that's a pretty cool looking.
yeah, it's neat. It's
It
different.
looks almost homemade. You could, you know,
Yeah, now there's some
it
steam
looks like my
tractors.
granddaddy's well drilling rig, some of his old ones.
Yeah,
You just put things where you thought it should go.
Yeah, I remember he built an old rig.
Yeah, or
well
water.
drilling.
Yeah, he
Well
built
drilling.
all of his. Yeah.
Yeah, and he even built a trencher.
Yep.
I remember that. But anyway, this Waterloo boy, this is really neat. And then they had another tractor. It was a 1957 John Deere 420 high crop. Now this one just brought $8,800, and it's a good-looking tractor. But then they found a similar one, restored, 1956 420
Yeah.
high crop John Deere. It brought $10,000 to a collector in Minnesota. And I've got a 1970 John Deere 2520. This is a diesel. Brought $21,000. It's a good price for it, and it's a good-looking tractor.
Well, let me throw something in here. If you don't have $20,000 to spend on an antique tractor,
Yeah.
you wouldn't believe, like vintage John Deere tractor snapback trucker hat. It doesn't even say what year it is, just that it's a vintage John Deere, baseball cap.
Yeah.
53 bids, $142.
So if you can't spend $30,000 for a tractor, you can spend $142 per hat.
Well, if you don't have a $100,000 tractor sitting in your barn, you might have a $140
Cap.
baseball cap sitting in your closet.
Now, they used to, they give those things away, at the tractor companies, and
Yep.
lots of guys got them things just sitting around, them hats.
I got another one. It's a Wichita County Young Farmers Tractor Pool. Baseball cap went for $100. So,
How many of them do you want to buy today?
well, as many as you can get.
Okay, probably get a few. I got a, let me see what we got here. Picture. This is a 1975. Let me see what that is. That is a International Harvester. Didn't say it, but I know it is. 5,601 hours on it. Brought $16,000.
Wow, that's amazing. Tiffany, are you giving
Are
us
you
a
trying
look?
to tell us something, Tiffany?
She's always giving you the look.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to continue to talk antiques on your hometown station, Thunder Radio. Stick around and stay tuned. There's more to come.
The current mayor says he needs 4 more years to clean up the debt he inherited. Really, Gary? The primary obligation during David Pennington's terms was to benefit our schools. The people of Coffee County voted in a referendum to improve and build more schools. Were the people of Coffee County wrong? David Pennington doesn't think so. I support quality schools for our students and teachers. The other debt was from building a new jail. The state of Tennessee mandated that we build a new jail. Was the Coffee County Commission wrong to follow state law? David Pennington doesn't think so. Think of the enormous cost if we'd waited for the state of Tennessee to close our jail. We would have to pay other counties to house our prisoners. Taking care of our schools and our jail was the right thing to do. Vote for the candidate who believes in doing what's right for Coffee County. Vote for David Pennington for Coffee County Mayor.
Hello, I'm Pick and Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in and get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy picking.
My name's John Hirschman. I'm one of the original 6 owners of P&H Rentals. Started the company 30 years ago when we saw a need for individual, construction, industrial, and commercial storage. We have trailers and containers for lease and sell. Our physical location is 2947 Old Manchester Highway, Tullahoma, Tennessee. My phone number is area code 931-273-4252.
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
All right, and we're back, and we were talking about the tractors, which, you know, there are a lot of them sitting around the area, and I'm sure you've got friends that have even lawn tractors, the old lawn tractors. Some of them bring pretty good money.
I hadn't thought about that. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people build them. I remember Awful Knoffel, you know, used to jump the ditches on his lawnmower.
I don't know.
When Evel Knievel was doing Snake River.
I'll have to look that up later.
Yeah, but I've got a Minneapolis Moline G1000 Vista tractor here. It brought $41,000 at an auction. Said it was a new record high for that particular one.
Huh.
And
well, let's see. eBay doesn't have really vintage tractors on it that are, I don't know where you're looking those up at, but
I was getting them off a tractor auction.
Oh, okay.
So all these people sell tractors, and I've got some ongoing auctions.
Yeah.
I can tell you what these are bringing right now, and I'll give you the address of this site in case you've got something that you want to sell of your own, and it's called Tractor Spot. TractorSpot.com is the address of that site. But I just clicked on the John Deere's here. We'll skip around here. But anyway, there's a John Deere 3020. It's a gas utility power shift. It's got 10 hours left on it, and it's bringing $6,750. Looks like it's had a little work done on it. The paint looks original. They put some tires on the front of it. But now here's a 445 V Vineyard. This thing was made in Argentina, and it looks like it's seen its better days. But it's got 10 hours left on it, and it's bringing $10,250.
How'd you like to drive that from Argentina up?
I wouldn't want to drive that around the block. It don't even have a seat on it.
Yeah, and it's bringing $10,000.
I doubt that it runs because we're not getting descriptions here with them, but somebody knows something about it. But it's an Argentina-made John Deere.
There you go.
Yeah. So I've got a John Deere 630, and it's a good-looking tractor. It looks like it's got new paint on it, and somebody's put a new seat on it. And it's probably a good price on this old tractor. Runs $7,200. Got a day left on it. Here's a 1957 John Deere 720 tractor pony. Start 1270 original hours. There's almost 2 days left on it, and it's bringing $9,500. Looks like it's got the original paint on it, and somebody's put tires on it. Old tractor looks like it's in pretty good shape, just looking at it. I guess you can click on them and get some details, but maybe we'll do that in a minute on some of them.
Okay.
I got a 1965 open station John Deere 4020. It's a diesel tractor. It's bringing $24,000 right now.
Wow.
That's pretty good money for a 4020.
Yeah.
But now it's a good looking tractor. It's got new tires on it.
It's a 53-year-old tractor bringing $24,000.
There were a lot of those 3020s and 4020s around here. Here's a 67 John Deere 1020 tractor. And this one looks a little rough, but it doesn't look all broken down, rusted out. It's got a couple days left on it, about 2.5 days. It's bringing right at $5,000. And then I got a 56 John Deere 520. It's bringing about $8,000. Good looking tractor. Let's get us a different brand here.
Well, I've got, let's say I was on eBay, and when you search for tractors on there, one things you come up with is the toy tractors.
Yeah.
And so here's a vintage Erdl, 1/6 scale die cast Agra King 1070 farm tractor. 76 bids on it. Went for $3,435.
Yeah, somebody had some gardening they needed to do with that thing.
Man, I tell you. And then you got a John Deere 7520 four-wheel drive precision engineering toy tractor patio set. So I don't know how big these are. They were asking $2,895, and they got over $2,500 on it. Here's a 560 International Farm All dual wheel tractor, number 460, new in box. 26 bids on that, went for $2,228.
A lot of interest in those tractors.
And a vintage Steelcraft GMC open cab tractor with trailer from Donald Kaufman collection. The buy it now on that was $1,800.
And they bought it now.
And they got it. Here's a little vintage small 6.5-inch cast iron tractor shovel with the driver on it. Just, an unbranded collectible cast iron old collectible. 25 bids, $1,700.
Somebody had to know something about that. I'm always leery of that cast iron stuff.
Here's a Chinese tin toy, new in box. Or mint in box, I guess it'd say. Good Harvester tractor is what it says on the box.
Yeah.
14 bids, $1,600.
God, from where I'm sitting, it doesn't look very big.
No, it's 4 inches.
4 inches.
Oh, man,
$1,600.
that's pretty surprising there.
About
Yeah.
$400 an inch.
Here's an original Massey Harris 44 pedal car tractor. Barn find. They were asking $1,500, and they got about $1,300 for it.
Is that one that needed work on it?
It looks like you could ride it, but it definitely hasn't been restored.
Yeah.
And here's an international or 1256 International Harvester. Farm All dual wheel tractor, number 420. 53 bids on it, $1,225.
Good Lord, 53
Man.
bids.
Who in the world's paying $1,200 for a tractor?
Well, the same people was paying $117,000 for the restored old ones.
Well, you said you were looking for a steam tractor.
Yeah, did you find one?
Here's a antique live steam scale model agricultural traction steam engine tractor toy. So I believe this is an actual working little miniature steam engine.
Yeah.
21 bids on that, went for $1,100.
I always wanted to run up on one of those model steam engines. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you can
To
buy them
play
off
with.
eBay. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'd like to find one, at a yard sale or flea market.
You don't want to pay $1,100 for one?
No, I want to pay $20 or $30 for one.
Yeah, well, you got to be careful with them, though. They got to be sealed and sturdy, or they'll blow up on you.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't need to run it.
That wouldn't
Let's
be
say.
any fun.
Maybe you don't need to run it.
Uh-uh.
Okay, also, let me keep running with this. There's also some International Harvester signs. Neon sign. It says International Harvester with tractors in neon sign. $1,600 to buy it now. $150 shipping. We'll call that $1,750.
Nice looking sign.
And here's just an original vintagey International Harvester porcelain sign. It's got wear on it. It's been outside. $1,650 was the buy it now on that one. Here's a Minneapolis Moline tractor sign. It says, "This farm is Minneapolis Moline tractor operated."
Yeah.
$1,200 was the buy it now on that one.
That Minneapolis Moline we saw a while ago, they said was the record price for it.
Oh,
Remember the 41,000?
right. Well,
For that
$1,200 for the sign's pretty.
Well, you gotta have a sign to go with your tractor.
Yeah, if you got one in your barn, you gotta show it off.
They said that if they fit in your garage, they're worth more. The tractor fit in your garage is worth a little more.
Probably so. Probably.
Yeah,
so.
that way you can get
At
out
least
there
your
and work
wife.
on it. or
You
polish it.
don't have to build a new building for it.
Yeah.
Here's a Case 77 Smaltz reflective sign from 1930s farmer farming tractor plow farm advertising. It says Case 77 modern machines, profitable farming, and it's got an eagle standing on top of the world. They were asking $1,232, and they got just a little less than that, I believe. That's all the high priced ones we got.
You got any low priced ones?
Yeah, well, it drops the Massey Harris. What is it? Another farm equipment sign that's really rough. 1930s. It says 8 foot by 28 inches. Oh, that's really big. Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, good size sign.
It got $800. So.
Was that porcelain or tin?
Yeah, porcelain heavy steel sign. It says.
Yeah.
Here's a Ford tractor dealer sign, 1950s. It says huge, but it doesn't give me any details on it. $750 with $50 shipping was the buy it now on that. A really nice John Deere farm implements sign, porcelain. It was an estate find. 42 bids on that one for $731.
Yeah.
That's a nice one.
I'm sitting here looking at some steam tractors, and I think when we come back, we may talk about those.
Okay.
Steam tractors.
Yeah.
There you go.
The fun ones.
They're the fun. The other ones aren't fun.
These would be more fun to me.
Yeah.
All the fun you could ever want.
You get to use
Right
fire
here.
in this.
Let's Talk Antiques continues on your hometown station, Thunder Radio. Stick around. Stay tuned.
My name's John Hirschman. I'm one of the original 6 owners of P&H Rentals. Started the company 30 years ago when we saw a need for individual, construction, industrial, and commercial storage. We have trailers and containers for lease and sell. Our physical location is 2947 Old Manchester Highway, Tullahoma, Tennessee. My phone number is area code 931-273-4252.
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
The current mayor says he needs 4 more years to clean up the debt he inherited. Really, Gary? The primary obligation during David Pennington's terms was to benefit our schools. The people of Coffee County voted in a referendum to improve and build more schools. Were the people of Coffee County wrong? David Pennington doesn't think so. I support quality schools for our students and teachers. The other debt was from building a new jail. The state of Tennessee mandated that we build a new jail. Was the Coffee County Commission wrong to follow state law? David Pennington doesn't think so. Think of the enormous cost if we'd waited for the state of Tennessee to close our jail. We would have to pay other counties to house our prisoners. Taking care of our schools and our jail was the right thing to do. Vote for the candidate who believes in doing what's right for Coffee County. Vote for David Pennington for Coffee County Mayor.
Pick and Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in and get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy picking.
Back once again.
Oh, yeah.
And you found something neat there, didn't you?
Yeah, well, you were talking about steam tractors, so I checked on eBay for steam engine, and the most expensive thing sold recently was, let me pull up the actual listing. I've got it here. Okay, it is it's French, a rare gilt and patinaed automated steam engine. The horizontal boiler mounted in a cast floor with crosshatch surface. This is beautiful.
You said it was a clock.
It's a clock and a barometer powered steam.
Can you imagine
steam
a
engine
clock powered by steam?
No, absolutely cannot. But I think it would be super cool to have on your desk.
Yeah.
if you were you were quite the
How big
quite
does
the
that thing
unusual.
look to you? It's not real big, is it?
No, I don't think it's that big. It gives 11 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah, 11 inches
So
wide.
there's your desktop steam clock.
Desktop steam clock.
And
Oh,
that could be-
$10,000, by the way.
That's what I was going to say. That could be yours for how much now?
Yeah. And it was from in Manchester, New Hampshire. So that is just really cool.
But it's a really nice looking piece. I wish our
It
listeners
is.
could
It's
see
very
it.
unique.
It's a really nice looking piece.
Here is a Aster Fulgritz Bavarian live steam engine. So this is a I guess it's like you would have for your toy train set.
Mm-hmm.
And its dimensions are in millimeters.
So
It's 280 millimeters long, which is 28 centimeters, which is like somewhere around a foot, less than a
Yeah,
foot.
do the math
something
there
like that.
quick.
I can't. My
Don't ask me, I'd
metric
have
is a
to look
little
at the calculator.
thin. So about a foot. We'll say that.
Okay,
I'm
we'll
within
go with
6
that.
inches. But that came from Ohio, and that was $5,000, and that's pretty good.
Yeah, good money for those.
And here's your tractor, your steam powered tractor here.
There we go. We've been looking for steam
Let's
powered
see,
tractors and prices.
Pull up the better description. And this is a finely detailed and well engineered 1.8 scale model of an agricultural single cylinder traction engine circa 1900. Very well made and good condition brass constructed boiler with superheat tubes, water tank with manual feed pump, alcohol burner or wick burner. If you plan on running on steam, it would need a boiler certificate. Oh, you have to have the boilers
Certified.
inspected. Yeah. You can view the engine in operation on YouTube. So it's got a link so you can watch it
This
running.
thing is not very big.
Let's see,
And they want you to
size.
get it certified.
Okay, well, it's 24 inches, 24 and a half inches long. So it's
Yeah.
2 foot, 10 inches to the top of the flywheel, 14 inches to the top of the chimney.
I wonder if you just go up to your local steam engine certification office and get that done.
Right. Does Coffee County have one over at the CCAP building?
I do not know. I don't think we have one.
Alan Lindley might be the guy you talk to.
Yeah, Alan could tell us where to
Or
get
he would help you
Alan,
after it blew
if
up
you're
on you.
listening, call us and tell us where to get our toy steam engine certified.
at. So anyway, this sold for $4,500 with $80 shipping because it's pretty heavy grade steel.
But now it is a nice looking piece.
Yeah, it's very cool. Man, that would say that's another definitely unique thing to have. So maybe that's why you can't find your steam toys you're looking for. is because they're supposed to be, the boiler has to be inspected
Yeah,
to be
you
legal.
gotta get your steam engine inspector
Maybe
to do that.
maybe you can't find reputable sellers if they need to be.
Yeah. So, what else you got there?
Here's a nice one.
A boat.
Yeah, here is a. Let's get the description. An antique wooden H.E. Boucher live steam engine toy pond boat. Beautiful example of circa 1930. Very good original condition. Measures 38 inches long from bow tip to back of the rudder. Complete with burner in place. The boat also comes with cabin cruiser optional deck piece that has electrical wiring for lighting. So this is a 36-inch long steam-powered
boat.
Pond boat. Yeah, that is just really cool. Oh, there's a lady holding it in one of the pictures.
I've seen
It's pretty big. I mean, it's
the old paddle wheel river boats. You know, you see them in the movies.
Sure, yeah.
Paddle wheel boats.
I hadn't thought about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the paddle wheel boats now, they're not really steam.
No, they're not really steam.
Anyway, there were 23 bids on it. It went for $3,450 with $100 shipping. I guess they weren't positive about the price, so they put that $100 shipping on there.
That's pretty good money for a
Absolutely.
two-foot steamboat.
I think we could whip something together and put them on here.
I don't think I could make one of those.
We might not. We'll tell them that they need to have the boiler inspected before they use it too.
Yeah.
That would be a good disclaimer.
We may have some for sale next week.
Yeah.
If you got 3,500, just give us a call.
We can whip something up.
Yeah, I'll make them all day for them.
Here's a AJ Reeves Hall's rotary steam engine. So this is something you would have used on the farm, or probably to power a like a washing machine or something like that.
They used them on the farms for everything.
Yeah.
You know, little portable sawmills and
Pre-electricity, thinking, $2,850 was the asking price, but they got more than $2,500 for it. So
they done all right.
yeah.
Where are you gonna get them? Find somebody like us that's gonna make them. It's not certifiable, y'all.
For
We may be
for
certifiable,
entertainment
but it won't
purposes
be.
only. Let's see. Here is a miniature steam engine plant model, circa 1930.
Wow.
So it's like, it's a miniature steam plant.
Well, back in the 30s, there were still people alive that actually, used those things and knew how to make them.
Now, they were asking $2,250, and they got over $2,100 on it.
They done all right.
Yeah.
You got several there now, don't you?
There's several trains. There were actual live steam trains,
Yeah. And
butane fired.
I had the ones that, you just put the little liquid in there,
And it would make the smoke come out. Yeah, I did that.
Never had a steam one, though.
The liquid was too expensive, though. You didn't.
You just run it without the liquid.
It didn't serve that much of a purpose. So
After what came with it run out, that was about it.
after it ran out, that was it. Yeah, it was. You had to have the one that was able to do the smoke.
Yeah.
But once you realized that little bottle would run out and that you had to go buy more, it wasn't that big a deal.
Yeah, and Mom and Daddy was kind of mad, because he doesn't blow their money.
Yeah. Here's a precision scale brass G-scale Jupiter golden spike steam engine. This is beautiful.
Now this is just like an engine, a model engine. Right?
It's the engine
Let's look at
of the
that.
train set. Let's see. Okay. I can pull her up. Coming from New York
Oh God, that is a
City.
good-looking engine.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
You can actually
One
see
of the
everything.
finest and rarest American brass models. Oh, it's brass, solid brass.
Yeah.
Full cab interior, functional hatches, lettering and painting are absolutely stunning. Pre-owned, something like that. But everything is there, nothing's missing. It's It's just a lot of really nice pictures of it showing what good a condition it is. So it's a live steam train, and it brought $2,000 with one bid.
One person, it'd be nice to have that.
It is really nice looking.
$2,000. I'd have to think about that.
Yeah.
Well, you got that. I've got some international farmhouse pulled up here.
Oh, didn't you find any steam-powered trains? Or, tractors?
I found them, but I couldn't find any prices.
Oh,
on
okay.
them.
All right. I thought you found some.
Yeah, there's plenty of pictures you could get with no prices.
Oh.
But here's a 52 Farmall M tractor. And this one's got the scoops and the forks. It's got 2 days left on it. It's bringing $29.90. And I believe that I mentioned that these are on tractorspot.com if anybody wants to get on there and bid on any or got anything you want to sell. But now here's a Farmall diesel engine for 560 tractor canisters, cylinder head block and clutch. It's got about 2 days left on it. It's bringing about $1,600 for that engine.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Parts brings good money on here. Here's a 400 diesel tractor gas start engine. This is just a cylinder head, just a head.
Just the cylinder head. Wow.
Yes, and it's bringing about $1,350, and it's still got almost 2 days left on it.
Okay.
So that head's gonna bring good money.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that, we'll take our last commercial break and come back with our odd ending of the show. There you go.
Yes.
Odd.
Yeah.
Well, thanks to the heads up on
There you
that.
go.
Yeah,
Okay.
you might need one for that one.
Keep it clean, boys.
It's gonna
Family
blow
show.
your mind.
My name's John Hirschman. I'm one of the original 6 owners of P&H Rentals. Started the company 30 years ago when we saw a need for individual, construction, industrial, and commercial storage. We have trailers and containers for lease and sell. Our physical location is 2947 Old Manchester Highway, Tullahoma, Tennessee. My phone number is area code 931-273-4252.
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
Hello, I'm Pick and Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in, get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy picking.
The current mayor says he needs 4 more years to clean up the debt he inherited. Really, Gary? The primary obligation during David Pennington's terms was to benefit our schools. The people of Coffee County voted in a referendum to improve and build more schools. Were the people of Coffee County wrong? David Pennington doesn't think so. I support quality schools for our students and teachers. The other debt was from building a new jail. The state of Tennessee mandated that we build a new jail. Was the Coffee County Commission wrong to follow state law? David Pennington doesn't think so. Think of the enormous cost if we'd waited for the state of Tennessee to close our jail. We would have to pay other counties to house our prisoners. Taking care of our schools and our jail was the right thing to do. Vote for the candidate who believes in doing what's right for Coffee County. Vote for David Pennington for Coffee County Mayor.
Hey everybody, we're back with Talking Antiques, and the number here is 728-1320.
All right.
All right, so our jumping subject here is, with Max introing us there, that would be, I think of Max when I think of our new subject here. Is,
Yeah, I think about him too because
Yeah.
this is near and dear to his heart.
yeah, so once upon a time, all the upwardly mobile businessmen dressed for success in the corporate standard of a business suit and tie. Conservative suits and pinstripes and dark colors ruled the office, complete with white shirts and striped ties secured by classic Windsor knots. The necktie was a businessman's wardrobe staple. While growing up, a young man would undergo a rite of passage, learning to knot his first necktie under Dad's tutelage. The necktie was ingrained as a hallmark of the well-dressed gentleman. The regimented office uniform prevailed within the menswear world until the workplace shift to casual Fridays and the 1990s movement to a business casual dress code. Ties became relegated to the corner of the closet to be taken out and minimally worn at church, weddings, and funerals. While seemingly in their darkest hour, a new cultural trend emerged in men's fashion, the desire for individually self-expression and messaging. T-shirts became billboards for popular sayings, sports teams, and social causes. Better quality necktie manufacturers introduced contemporary ties boasting bold graphics, geometric patterns, scenery, and character images. Themed novelty ties became elevated to wearable art on silk that expressed a personal brand. The perceived fad ties began to turn heads in the tie industry when first introduced in the mid-'80s. The now defunct Ralph Marlin and Company pioneered and patented a novelty fish tie in an attempt to appeal to fishermen.
Yeah, give me a fish tie.
So ties are kind of like, actually bow ties kind of are in fashion right now.
Yeah, I've saw some people wearing
But you're
those.
just as likely to see a novelty tie nowadays as you are a dress tie.
Yeah, I kind of like those Three Stooges neckties.
Oh yeah.
That's what I would, dress to impress with my Three Stooges tie.
So we pulled up some vintage ties on here and on eBay, and the most expensive single tie going recently had 13 bids and went for $410, and it was a vintage retro necktie with a cool dragon on it. Is the
Yeah.
the listing title. And it's
something out of a Bruce Lee movie.
Yeah, exactly. It's completely like a Bruce Lee dragon,
the
kind of thing.
type
Yeah.
thing.
And $410, 13 bids. Can't believe that. And next on the list, this is really actually pretty cool to me.
Yeah.
A rare vintage 1980s Apple computers tie, and it's got the rainbow colored apple.
Worn by Steve
Really
Jobs himself.
Probably not. No.
Yeah. I don't even think he
But
wore it.
$275, buy it now for that one. And any self-respecting Apple geek would want to have
Have
that.
to have that.
Here's another great one. It is the 1950s novelty smoking wolf tie. So this is like a wolf dressed in a pink sport coat and green pants, leaning up against a light pole, smoking on the silk necktie.
Yeah.
Red background. 22 bids, $255 on that one.
They were all over that.
That's pretty good there. Here's a 1940s Salvador Dali necktie, which has like it says, it's signed at the bottom, says Dali, and it's got a staircase winding up around a pole going up at the top of it. $250 was the buy it now on that. Let's see this. Here is a 1940s or 50 vintage swing necktie. It says Panorama of America, but what it is it's ducks flying.
Oh yeah.
It's got close-up pictures of all the brand names and stuff like that on it. But $229 after 13 bids. So.
I got a Conan the Barbarian one
Oh,
here.
well, that's pretty cool.
In 1975. It's for Marvel Comics. $60. White tie, and it's got Conan on there, and it says Conan across the front.
Having definitely having a Conan tie would be.
Conan tie.
Here's another 1940s Salvador Dali tie. And this is more abstract in Salvador Dali kind of way. Can't really describe what's on it.
Yeah.
Some shapes and colors. $200 with that.
I got a bicycle necktie. This was made in Italy. It's 100% silk. Brought $68, and it's just people riding bicycles built for 2, 3, 4, 5 on the tie. Says it was pre-owned.
Let's see. Here's 1940s musical necktie. And so this looks like more like a. What was Lucy's husband's name?
Desi Arnaz.
Desi Arnaz. Okay, yeah, I went blank there. This looks like something you would see Desi wearing. Yeah, it's got musical notes and a flat, or clouds and stuff. Really bright tie.
Is that a Desi Arnaz tie?
It is not. It is stylistic.
Something he would have worn?
Yeah. 4 bids on that. $176.
Wow.
Here's a Bob Hope tie. It's got a caricature of Bob Hope and holding a microphone. Red background on this. 8 bids on that went for $172.
I got this is called a dueling pistol gun motif, and it's got, those little wooden pistols people used to duel with.
Yeah.
It's just got a lot of those on it.
Huh.
Brought $52 with 26 bids.
Here's a pinup girl, 1940s pinup girl tie.
Oh, yeah? Do you recognize her?
No. I wonder where you could get away with wearing that in the 1940s. They were asking $200, and they got somewhere $150 for it.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got on here. Vintage Moonlight Illusion hand painted tie. So this is looks like a Hawaiian. It's a red background with looks like a Hawaiian girl painted on standing on the beach with a palm tree behind them in the ocean. $135 was to buy it now on that one.
Well, that's some money for a necktie now.
There's another 1940s girl on the beach. Just a classic 1940s girl on the beach kind of thing. On a tie.
On a tie.
Yeah.
She's sitting on the tie.
No. She's got her sunbonnet next to her on the beach with the beach behind her and a palm tree.
Oh.
They were asking $190, and they got about $125 for that.
Now I got this is a patchwork quilt necktie. It says Crazy Quilt Lap Throws Silk Ties.
Oh, a quilt made out of ties.
Yeah, it looks like a quilt, but it's made into a tie. Brought about $45.
Now here's something this is pretty cool. I like this. 1933 Chicago's World's Fair necktie. It says 1933, a century of progress in Chicago.
Oh, World's Fair.
Yeah, that's really cool. It actually brought less than I expected to. It's 6 bids on that went for $127.
Wow.
I think that might be a decent investment. I think if you hang on to that.
I got a circa 1905. This is a Buster Brown necktie.
Really?
Yeah, it's, got Buster Brown and the little dog that run. What was the dog's name? Do you remember?
No. I only remember having one pair of Buster Brown shoes.
Yeah.
They were starting to head out by the time I was getting that stuff.
Anyway, they had it for $125 and took a best offer. I'd say $100-ish.
And I've run across quite a bit of Salvador Dali ties.
Yeah.
So somebody has found an entire collection, and I've scrolled down through several pages, and they're still bringing $100 on those.
Yeah.
Do you have any vintage ties in Rob's closet?
Whenever they get vintagey, that's when we drop them off to the giveaway place.
When there's time to go.
If he's no longer styling, then
You don't want them to start smelling?
Well,
they always come back eventually.
I like keeping them in the same decade,
Yeah.
Here's a 1940s vintage policeman sign. It's got one, two, three, four different little pictures of policemen doing different things, directing traffic, riding a motorcycle, writing a ticket, and looks like looking at somebody trying to steal something. So
They don't have any of them eating
there you go.
donuts.
2 bids, $86.95.
That was bad.
Cliche.
Well, if they can't behave, then I cut them right off. Let's Talk Antiques returns next Wednesday at 9 o'clock. Thanks for tuning in to your hometown station.